Guys. So just a few things for the update. It was overwhelming to try to vlog daily. It helps me, but it makes people angry with me. It makes the energy around me stale as fuck, and it just wasn't working. So here we are, a week after my last post. I would say that things have improved a little bit. Um, so there are times when I feel, and it's very important for me to be forthcoming and informative to the best of my ability and level of knowledge of what's going on around me. And the reason for this is because, as I've said before, there have been times in the future that I've made a movie because that I've made a video because in the future I'm aware that someone is attempting to accuse or insinuate or blame or whatever on me, and having had done a video and spoken on the subject that the person will be trying to harm me with prior to them actually engaging that behavior, it shows that I was telling the truth. And if you don't understand what that means, it's not for you. If you know, you know, right? So I have an appointment on Friday to see what's going on with my eye. I still can't move the entire right side. The entire left side is moving around freely. There's a huge something inside of my eyebrow and like above it. My skin can't go up from here. It like won't. There's like something stiff in there and abrasive. Um, I don't know, what the fuck. And this is not fiction, and this is not like for entertainment. I'm vlogging. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about the impact of the changes that are being made with the staff, specifically with Weston's cases, his transportation cases, and the cases within the court system. There's been a lot of changes, calling off sick, quitting, getting new people, subs, etc. And I don't think that that's healthy for a 2-year-old or for any child. I think that children need continuity in the relationships that they have with their authority. I think that that's why it's so important that children stay in their school systems for, years or longer, with the same staff, so that they can build trust and rapport, which are beautiful things to be able to build. So I am concerned about that. Everything seems to be okay with the big kids. It's never going to feel 100% okay for me until we're all living back together, and that day may never come. My kids lived with me full time, 5 out of 7 days a week, and then they'd go with their father on the weekends prior to all of this starting. Um, they literally announced their plan in writing and verbally 4 months ago, 5 months ago now. And I posted it and saved it and shared it with law enforcement and shared it with everyone who's been following along. And now here we are. So it's not that I've developed any sort of mental health issue. It's that I've literally been assaulted, verbally assaulted, confused, exploited. And there's been a tremendous effort to curate and engineer circumstances with specific results in mind that are not in my best favor or best interest. There's something going on today and several other days where my car will begin vibrating like an analog 360 controller for Xbox. And I've discussed this with you guys before. They're doing that same vibration on steroids internally whenever they cause something to be like a startling effect. I don't even feel like I'm like living in the real world. I feel like they've got me like low key, like hooked up to God only knows what type of robotics, what type of AI, what type of, you know, Cyclops qualifying modifier they're working with. But there's definitely something going on. So you'd have to be deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid to not be able to see or sense that there's something going on. And I'm none of those things. So I don't know what it is. The harassment at home has seemed to die down a little bit, but now they're back to the other forms of harassment. I'm on a live. I'm on a live. I need to be going back to 12-hour a day work days, and they're causing me to not be able to. I need to make 4 times or 3 times the rent amount in order to qualify for an apartment, and I have eviction court on Tuesday. So this upcoming Tuesday. And the eviction court is basically because we are filing to terminate my lease early. It's a 2-year lease, and I've been there 1 year because my apartment has been being broken into repeatedly. And even after I purchased a camera and asked the landlord to install it, there's been zero effort on behalf of the management company or the landlord to help me resolve the robbery and break-ins. I have filed significant amounts of police reports about this. I'm a good tenant. My rent has been paid in full every month. I work all day. I'm barely ever there. I don't consent to being tested on or exploited in any way. I'd like to indict anyone involved in those things. I miss my kids. I miss my life. I'm sick of this shit. I have nothing left for you people.